Passage 1. Use this selection from the Poisonwood Bible by Barbara Kingsolver to answer questions 1 through 16. They came upon us like a nightmare. Nelson bang bang banging on the back door got tangled up with my sleep, so that even after I was awake, the next hours had the unsteady presence of a dream. And before I even knew where I was, I found myself pulled along by somebody's hand in the dark, and a horrible fiery sting sloshing up my calves. We were wading through very hot water, I thought, but it couldn't be water, so I tried to ask the name of the burning liquid that had flooded our house. No, for we were already outside. That had flooded the whole world? Songonia, they kept shouting. Le formi, un cordi armi. Ants. We were walking on, surrounded, enclosed, enveloped, being eaten by ants. Every surface was covered in boiling, and the path like black flowing lava in the moonlight. Dark bulbous trees, trunks seethed and bulged. The grass had become a field of dark daggers standing upright, churning and crumpling in on themselves. We walked on ants and ran on them, releasing their vinegary smell into the weird quiet night. Hardly anyone spoke. We just ran as fast as we could alongside our neighbors. Adults carried babies and goats. Children carried pots of food and dogs, and younger brothers and sisters. The whole village of Kilanga. I thought of Mama Wanza. Would her sluggish sons carry her? Crowded together, we moved down the road like a rushing stream, ran until we reached the river, and there we stopped. All of us shifting from foot to foot, slapping, some people moaning in pain, but only the babies shrieking and wailing out loud. Strong men sloshed in slow motion through waist-deep water, dragging their boats, while the rest of us waited our turn to get into somebody's canoe. "Benet, where is your family?" I jumped. The person beside me was Anatole. "I don't know. I really don't know where anyone is. I just ran." I was still waking up, and it struck me now with force that I should have been looking out for my family. I'd thought only to worry about Mama Mwanza instead of my own crippled twin, and a moan rose out of me. "Oh, God, what is it? I don't know where they are. Oh, dear God, Ada will get eaten alive. Ada and Ruth May." And his hand touched mine in the dark. "I'll find them. Stay here until I come back for you." He spoke softly to someone next to me and then disappeared. It seemed impossible to stand still where the ground was black with ants, but there was nowhere else to go. I mean, how could I leave Ada behind again? I looked for her, or mother, or anyone, but I only saw their other mothers running into the water with small sobbing children, trying to splash and rub their arms and legs and faces clean of ants. And a few old people had waded out neck deep. Far out into the river, I could see the half-white, half-black head of balding Mama Lalaba, who must have decided crocodiles were preferable to death by Sonyonga. The rest of us waded in the shallow water, while the water's slick shine was covered with a dark lace of floating ants. "Father, forgive me according unto the multitude of thy mercies. I have done everything so wrong, and now there will be no escape for any of us." An enormous moon trembled on the dark face of the Quilu River, and I stared hard at the ballooning pink reflection, believing this might be the last thing I would look upon before my eyes were chewed out of my skull. Though I didn't deserve it, I wanted to rise to heaven remembering something of beauty from the Congo.